hear how you went from bankrupt to over 300 million in sales.
I'm sharing this with you because I don't want other people to do what I did. I could be 10 times farther along than I am now if I would have just...
People only see the good part. Like, what about, bankrupt or living in your parents or in jail or all of that? They just see the success.
My friends were all smarter than me, but I just kept on putting the reps. After you put in enough reps, you get good. I started a business about a little less than a year ago. I need a business that's going to make money when the economy is not good. Now that business is making money, it's got 30 employees. I'm looking to hire 10 more this weekend.
Just because you have your own business doesn't necessarily mean that you have that freedom, because some people are slaves to their business.
It's not how much money you make as a business owner. It's just that time freedom that you have to do what you want when you want. That's the one piece of advice I want to give your audience is...
Welcome to Bear It All with Lindsey. I have my friend David on. David is incredible. I met him when I spoke at his event, Monetize Talks, and I heard your story. And what I heard was you say bankrupt to over 300 million in sales. And I was like, fuck yeah, I need to know his story. So thank you so much for coming on.
No, thank you for having me. I'm pumped to be here. And
yes.
I've never been on a podcast with pink chairs.
Oh my God, I know, that's what I said. I was like, oh man.
You must have a lot of women attendees.
So do you know you're my first boy?
I'm the first guy?
You're the first boy.
I figured.
I love it. I love it. I know I was telling the girls, I'm like, I have a boy on for my guest today. They're like, oh.
So they're usually women all the time?
It's usually women. It's not funny. Even that I wouldn't have men. Okay. I don't know. I've had mostly women. And so I was like, I want to kind of mix it up. And so I reached out to you. I was so grateful that you were willing to come on.
Awesome. I love being the first. This is
good. Yes.
That or you have a very jealous boyfriend.
No, no.
It's one of the two.
We don't allow that. No, we don't go for that. Okay, so I need to hear this story. I need to hear how you went from bankrupt to over 300 million in sales.
I won the lottery.
Hell yeah.
No, I'm totally joking. But it was rough when I was young. I tried a lot of different things. Like, you're entrepreneurial. And when you're young and you're trying to be an entrepreneur and you try different things, you kind of don't know what the hell you're doing.
Hell no, you don't.
And I'm Latino, I'm Hispanic, right? And my parents came from Bolivia. So my parents had the worst jobs when you come here, right? They're like doing gardening. They're doing cleaning dishes at restaurants. They don't speak any English, right?
Hard work for no money.
Exactly. So it's like I wasn't raised with money, right? We were, average class, Latino family. So I didn't come from money. So when I was trying to start a business, I didn't have any money when I was trying to start a business, and I had credit cards. So what was happening, I was trying to make some money as a business owner. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I couldn't afford mentors. I couldn't afford coaches. I didn't have many people in my life that were making any money. None of my relatives were very successful in my family, right? I don't really have like a successful family, right? So it was kind of like I was learning on my own, and you don't know what the hell you're doing. I got huge credit card debt, couldn't afford to pay my credit cards, and that's when I filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy.
So what kind of business was your first business? When we back up real quick, when we started this, you're starting and talking about coaches. What was that first business?
Funny, because I'm Latino, right? So I like to salsa dance. So I started salsasearch.com.
Oh my God. So what is that?
I can't really dance here because of the microphone.
I love the creativity. I did not expect that. That was not what I was thinking.
So, I'm Latino. I like to dance.
Yeah.
And obviously I was single. I love women, right? So I was like, what can I do to make money and meet hot chicks?
Hell yeah.
Salsa dancing.
Oh yeah.
So I started salsasearch.com. It was the domain. I wanted to build a directory, kind of like Google. So if you're into salsa, if you want salsa lessons, you want to go to salsa clubs, you want salsa instructors, salsa videos, salsa education. I'm like, hey, you're going to come to my directory, salsasearch.com, to get that information. I'm going to sell advertising on it. I'm going to get commissions from different coaches. I did all that stuff. And guess what? It didn't make any money.
It happens. It happens.
It didn't make any, but I was passionate about it. I was like, I was going to these salsa clubs, meeting girls, having fun, trying to get salsa instructors, salsa club restaurants, and none of it made any money. So I kind of wasted years of my life trying to like turn something that didn't really have potential to make money, and I just lost. I got a huge credit card debt. I couldn't afford to pay the credit card. So what happened is I filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy, and then I couldn't afford to pay my rent at my apartment. So then I had to move back in with my parents.
Ed.
So this was kind of, you're kind of thinking you're out of your parents' home. You're on your own.
Oh, yeah.
You think, hey, I got it figured out, right? And then I got to come knocking on my mom and dad's door and going, Mom, Dad, I have no car. I have no credit cards. I have no money. I just went bankrupt. And I don't know what to do.
And how old were you at this time?
I was in my early 20s.
Okay.
Right? So I was in my 20s, bankrupt, living with my parents, embarrassed. And at that time, my friends were just graduating from college and buying their first home, buying their first cars, getting new clothes, new watches. So my friends are all doing well. And I'm living with my parents with no job, no money, no credit cards, no car, failed business, living with my parents.
Right.
So it was just super embarrassing. I just felt like rock bottom.
Rock bottom, exactly, right.
And then when I was in jail, when I went to jail.
Whoa, okay.
Oh, I forgot to tell you this story.
Look at that.
I forgot to tell you about this.
Dang, I didn't realize the story was going here. Tell me.
I went to jail too. So when I kind of.
Me too.
Oh, you've been in jail too?
Oh, my, 21 times.
Holy.
Yeah, when I share my mugshots, I have 21 mugshots.
21 mugshots.
21 mugshots.
Okay, you beat me. I feel good now. No, but wow, that's a lot. Me?
It is.
So I went to jail because I couldn't get my business to work, right? So I had to get money. So what did I do? I had to go get a job. And then when I had to go get a job, I got fired from my first job. My very first job, I got fired out of college, right? Got fired. I went to college, got fired from my first job. And then what did I do? I go, hey, I'm going to go out with my friends in Hollywood, right? We went out. I got drunk. I tried to drive home. I got pulled over, got a DUI, got handcuffed, went in the back of the police car, went to jail in downtown LA, which is not a pretty place.
I have heard that is the worst jail.
It's awful.
In the United States.
It's freaking awful. And just imagine being there in my young 20s, in jail, never been to jail before, and I'm with gang members, criminals. I mean, this is downtown LA, so you're with like the worst of the worst.
Oh,
right?
Hell yeah.
So gang members, just not a safe place, right? I'm scared shitless in jail. Like, I can't sleep. You can't sleep because you're like scared you're going to get stabbed or choked to death.
No.
So you're up.
It's a dog pound for humans, is what it is.
Yeah. And when you're there, you can't sleep. You feel like you're the biggest loser in the world. You have like, I was like, what am I going to tell my parents? What am I going to tell my brother? Like, I'm in jail, like with all these criminals and losers.
Right.
And I'm like, wow. But when I was in jail, that's when I kind of had the wake up call. I was like, I need to start a business.
That was your moment.
That was my moment.
That was your rock bottom.
Yeah. That was my rock bottom as just a failure, And I was like, the good thing was like, there's only one way to go up from here.
I always say rock bottom is a solid foundation to build an empire on because you can't go any further.
Yep.
You only go up. Yep.
Yeah. And that's what it was, right? I was just like, wow, biggest loser in my life. But when I was in jail, I realized there's no such thing as job security. I tried to get a job, corporate America, right? And I got fired. I go, if I go get another job, I might go get fired again. So when I was in jail, I realized the only way I'm ever going to have any type of stability in life is by starting my own business.
100%.
So that's kind of what I learned while I was in jail. I had a lot of time to think, and that's what I did when I got out.
So tell us about this journey. So you get out of jail, you're at rock bottom, you have nothing, and the David I know today is incredibly successful. So tell me how you got from there to your life today.
What I've learned is I wish I would have had money and I would have had mentors and coaches. I'm going to tell all of you, whatever you do, if you have So a few extra $1,000, whatever, 2,000, 5,000, and you could spend it on a mentor or coach in an area you want to go in, right? Let's say you want to be the best hairstylist. Go get mentored by the best hairstylist that you know that you could afford and learn. That's like the cheat code of life.
100%. You only know what you know. If you don't learn more, you're just going to keep doing the same shit. I coach people and I'm like, okay, nothing's changing because nothing's changing. If you don't do anything different, you are going to have the exact same results year after year.
100%.
Yeah.
Right? So what you just said is what I was making those mistakes every year. I was trying to do everything on my own, trying to figure out. And when you don't know anything, it takes 10 times as long.
Yeah, it does.
Right?
Because you have to fuck up 10 times just to learn.
Right? So that's what happened, right? I was an idiot. I didn't have any money, and I was just trying to learn everything by trial and error. And I probably spent 5 years just wasted just by trial and error, right? Rather than I could have spent a couple $1,000, got coached by someone that knew this stuff, and saved 5 years of my life. Who knows where I might be a billionaire right now. I lost potentially 5 to 10 years of my life trying to figure things out on my own, right? So I always tell people the cheat code is whatever industry you're in. If you want to be a plumber, go to the damn best plumber.
Yes.
If you want to be an athlete and you want to play professional soccer, go get trained by a professional soccer player, right? Like, go get trained by the person that is doing it that you respect or you want to be like.
That's a game changer.
Yeah.
It's a game changer.
Yeah, it's the cheat code of life. And I tell people that all the time. If you don't have a few $1,000s, go get it. Go get it from a friend, a family member.
It's an investment.
It's an investment in yourself.
Yeah.
And I tell people the best people go, oh, this is funny. David, where should I invest my money? I get this all the time because I'm an entrepreneur and I help a lot of people, right? People call me for business advice all the time. I go, put it into learning a skill that's going to help you grow your business.
What a great answer.
Don't put it in the stock market. Think about this, Lindsey. Let's say you put $10,000 into the stock market. The average return on the stock market, a good return is 10%. Okay? If you put $10,000 in the stock market, Lindsey, and you earn $1,000 in 12 months, that's what 10% is, $1,000. $1,000 in 1 year.
It's not shit.
Is that going to change your life, Lindsey? Is that going to change anyone's life in the world?
No.
$1,000 in 12 months.
Makes nothing.
Okay, now what if you put that $10,000, not even 10, let's say you put 5,000 of it into coaching and mentors. That 5,000 could make you 10x that year.
100%. No, I agree.
Right?
I agree 100%.
So that's why I tell people, like, where should I put my 10,000? I'm like, put it in yourself.
In yourself. That is the biggest
Yeah.
investment you can ever make is in yourself.
100%. So I tell people, when people say, hey, I want to invest money, I go, invest it in yourself and in your business. Don't put it in the stock market right now. Stock market and investments in real estate and all these great investments, that's after you've made a lot of money.
That's when you have money just sitting there. It's
Yes.
just sitting there. There's nothing to do with it. Go put it over there.
Yes.
But if you're questioning where you should put this money, you should put it right into you, into yourself.
1,000%. And what you just said, you nailed it. Once you have a lot of money, that's when you buy real estate. That's when you put it in the stock market, right? You don't do that when you're starting.
No.
You put it all into you, your skill set, your business, and that's it.
Right.
So that's what I learned. That's what I wish I would have learned, but that's when I went bankrupt. That's when I was in jail at that time. I was making these stupid decisions because I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a role model to look at and follow, right? So now with social media, you can look at the people you want to be like every day. Let's say you want to be, I don't know, Grant Cardone, because he's a monster in real estate, right? You could just study his stuff all day online, watch his YouTube videos, and maybe pay one of his small little courses, not his expensive stuff, a small one, just to kind of get some momentum and learn. And then you're like, wow, I learned a lot here. It was a couple $1,000, but you probably got $100,000 worth of value.
100%. I always tell people, find someone like, I was talking to a girl the other day and she wanted to do like some kind of multi-level marketing. And I'm like, okay, so you need to ask them, who's your top 10 players in this industry?
Mm-hmm.
Go find their social and stalk the shit out of them. What are they doing?
Yeah, 100%.
The top 10 players in whatever it is that you're selling,
Yep.
and look what they're doing. And with social media today, you can literally stalk somebody's life and see, well, what they choose to show you.
Yeah.
But you can just see how they're doing it and what they're pumping out and how often they're pumping it out and the kind of content. And really, you can completely copy.
100%. 100%. So my thing is you could start from the bottom. You've been in jail 21 times. I've been in jail.
Oh.
I've been bankrupt.
Yes.
Right. So we could start from the rock bottom and look where you are now. Right. Look where I've become, right? You could be the, parents that are migrants that didn't speak any English, they couldn't even teach me English.
Right.
My parents couldn't even speak English. I mean, think about that. Parents couldn't teach me English. They didn't know anything about a business. They were gardening and cleaning dishes. What business advice are my parents going to give me?
Right.
Right. So they didn't speak English. So you could be an immigrant, have parents that don't speak English, be in jail, go Chapter 7 bankrupt, have no credit cards, no money, live with your parents, and still do $300 million in sales.
You can. And I love when I heard that in your story. I love that because I share that so much with my story is like, I was a homeless drug addict, literally lost everything. I had nothing. I told the story at your event, like I bought a $500 car with no power steering and to build my cleaning business. And we built it into $1 million company in the first 4 years. And it was just that drive. And I found everybody that was great in the industry. And I think I drove them crazy the first year because I had no money to pay them. But I'm like, can I just ask you a million questions?
That was smart.
I would just question after question and after question. But it's that learning because I didn't know, but I know you know. So show me. Yeah,
no, what you did is, and it's funny because now with social media, it's all there.
Oh, it is.
So when people say, oh, it's so hard, they're just lazy because all the information's on the internet.
Well, people just want to make excuses. Well, what if I fail? What if it's hard? No, I think actually what's hard is probably working a 9 to 5, barely seeing your children, living paycheck to paycheck, having no time freedom. That's hard. Yeah. That's the hard.
Yeah. I always tell people to become entrepreneurs because then you control your life, right?
You do.
When you work for somebody else, you're not in control. They control you. Right?
Yep.
Like my employees, I have, just, Lindsey, I've had thousands of employees that work for me in these years, right? I have lots of employees. And all these employees, I'm in control. Like if I need to message one right now and hey, I need you to do this for me, they got to stop what they're doing and get it done.
Right.
Right? So they don't really have control. If I need them to do something for me, hey, I need you to knock this out for me this weekend. I'm sorry, this is a huge rush. They might not be able to go to watch their kid's soccer game this weekend. Because their boss needs them to do something, right?
Yep.
That's a problem when you're an employee. When you're your boss, you're in control.
Yeah,
if you want to go watch your son or daughter's soccer game, or you don't want to miss practice, or you're in control because you can make that decision, you can make that call,
right?
And that's what life's
freedom.
About. Yeah, it's freedom, right?
Yeah.
And even if I tell people, it's funny. I forgot who I heard this from on social media, but it was really clever. It was like, I think it was Mark Cuban.
Okay.
And he said something like, I'd rather make $50,000 a year in my own business than $400,000 a year working for someone else, because at least I'm in control of my what I can do every day. Right?
That's so important.
And it's like you can make so much more money, let's say, in a corporate America job, but you're not in control of your life, your vacations, your future. And you have your own business. You can do whatever you like. Right now, you called me this week. Hey, Dave, can you come this week? I'm like, no problem. How does Friday sound? Let's do it. 12 o'clock on a Friday during a weekday, I wouldn't be able to come if I had a job. I'd be like, no, I can't come because I have work. I can't get off work. I would have missed this podcast.
Right.
So you want to, I tell people, it's not how much money you make as a business owner. It's just that time freedom that you have to do what you want when you want.
I always say the money is not actually the goal. Money's the tool. Money is a tool, but it's the freedom. It's the time freedom. When I'm coaching people, I talk about too is just because you have your own business doesn't necessarily mean that you have that freedom. because some people are slaves to their business. They
Yeah.
haven't actually learned how to put systems, process, procedures in place, and they're required to be there every day. So basically, you just built yourself a job where you're your own
100%.
boss, right? So it's also learning how to scale that business so that the business works for you. You don't work for that business.
100%. I mean, and this is what you're going to learn through coaches, through mentors, right?
Yeah.
And trial and error, of course, right? But
So much trial and error.
lots of trial and error. You know, if I were to do everything all over again, I know exactly. I mean, I would just go straight to a mentor, coach, pay, and even get in debt. Who cares? I'm going to learn so much more there than trying to figure it out on my own, right? So I'm a strong believer of learning from other people now. And that was the one mistake I made in life. And I'm sharing this with you because I don't want other people to do what I did.
Right.
I could be 10 times farther along than I am now if I would have just had coaches or mentors to help me get there faster.
So at what stage in your business, and tell us also a little bit about the business that you built. Also, when did you learn that? At what stage in that business did you go, okay, I've gotten myself as far as I know how to get myself. I need to start getting coaches. I need mentors. I need somebody to help me get to the next level.
Okay. So I'll answer that first. You start making a little money. And what I've learned more than anything, you got to surround yourself with successful people.
Oh gosh.
That's
so important.
That's the most important thing.
So important.
Right. So what I started doing is I started going to trade shows and I would see all these people that are making all this money. I'm like, wow, that guy has a booth. And I would talk to him. Oh, yeah, we do, $20 million a year in sales. I'm like, wow. Like those numbers seemed like crazy to me at that time.
Right.
Right. But surrounding yourself with other entrepreneurs, business owners that are making millions and millions of dollars, you have dinner with them. You're having a meeting with them. One nugget. I always learn one little dumb little thing from everybody. I'll learn something today on this podcast from you. And this one little thing I'll learn today, I'll apply to my business today. And what I tell people, speed is probably the most important thing I've learned in business. One of the reasons why I'm very successful is if I get an idea, I implement it that day, the next day, it's live.
Implementation is everything.
100%. Yesterday, we send out millions and millions of emails every month and hundreds of thousands of text messages. And we had a conversion problem yesterday. So I looked at the stuff. I'm like, what's going on? So I'm talking to my developer yesterday, and he's we hit cap on this. I'm like, well, tomorrow I need you to we can't have a cap. We need to go past that cap with our Twilio cap. So set up another account, do what you got to do, but boom, solution's made, it's done, it's live today, right?
Right.
So now I'm not going to lose money. It's like, it's speed. When something breaks, you need to act right away. It's not like, oh, we'll get to it next week. We'll come up with a solution. No, I had a solution last night and I go, we need to implement it now. So it's just speed in anything in business. It's acting on an idea. Lindsey, you probably have hundreds of ideas, right? Everyone has hundreds of ideas. It's you acting on the idea is what's going to change everything.
That is the difference of the successful entrepreneur versus the not successful. Is we all have ideas, but do you actually act out on them? Do you implement them? Do you actually take it from an idea and make it a thing?
Yeah. Like, it's funny. Like, I started a business about a little less than a year ago, right? 0 employees, right? And I'm like, I need a business that's going to make money when the economy is not good. Because I own a lot of companies, but some of them, most of them, almost all of them are affected when the economy is not doing well, right? When interest rates are low, when interest rates are high, the real estate market's bad, inflation's bad, there's a recession, people aren't spending money online on e-commerce products that aren't a necessity.
When people cut back, those businesses are affected. Sure.
Correct. So I own a lot of these types of businesses, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need to start a business when the economy goes to shit. Inflation is high. Interest rates are high. No one's spending money. I need a recessionary proof business. And that's why I started I started 2, but one of them I just started about 12 months ago, a little less than 12 months. Has over 30 employees already.
And what kind of business is it?
I'm selling leads to attorneys.
Okay.
So every attorney needs clients.
Oh, for sure.
Good market, bad market, inflation, recession, interest rates, every attorney in the world needs leads, needs clients,
Right.
or they're
And
not
those are
going to,
usually high ticket leads.
and they're high
So,
ticket, right?
yeah.
So I was like, what industry can I get in where people are always going to need leads? And because I'm very good at online marketing, I'm like, the law firm industry. And now when the market is, guess what? When there's a lot of layoffs or there's a recession and everyone's getting fired, I sell leads to employment law attorneys. Do people drive on the cars? Are there cars driven on the freeway and on the streets every day? Are there car accidents every day?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Millions of car accidents. Personal injury. Is that going to go any time going away when there's when there's a recession or anything? People are going to get in car accidents, right? So these lawyers are always going to need these leads, and lawyers don't know how to market. They know how to be lawyers. They're very
I
smart,
agree.
right?
I agree. They don't.
So I started that business because I'm like, that's a recessionary proof business. And so there's another business I started too that's recessionary proof, but I'm just saying that's what I learned during these difficult times. You got to adapt, and it was speed. I saw the market, I saw the economy going down. I'm like, my businesses are affected by this. I need to start something that's going to like make money during these down times. And now that business is making money. It's got 30 employees. I'm looking to hire 10 more this weekend. We're growing like fucking crazy. So it's a good problem, right?
Yeah.
So, but now, guess what? All these AI companies, all these companies are going to lay off 20, 30,000 people at a time. You got Amazon, employment law. I'm going to have all these leads for employment law attorneys.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
When the market's doing good and it's booming, more companies are going to hire. There's going to be more layoffs, more people driving, personal injury. I mean, there's just so many.
No, that's
it's endless,
so smart.
right?
So
So
smart.
that's one of my advices, but it's speed. I was like, I saw a problem, and I'm like, I'm going to start a business. I'm going to implement it. I built it, and we're up and running with that idea. I had a business up and running in 2 weeks.
Someone needs to do that I just opened a drug and alcohol treatment facility in San Diego, and that would be a good industry to do that as well, because those leads never stop coming in and they're high ticket leads.
Yeah. So that's why what I've learned as an entrepreneur is speed is more important than perfection.
Oh, for sure.
And people, this is the problem with people. Oh, before I start my business, I got to have my business cards. I need to have the website perfect. I need to have all this inventory.
Done. Done is better than perfection.
I need to get my corporation set up. I need to get my Dun & Bradstreet number. No, just launch. Just get it up.
I agree. You know, with my first business, I did it backwards.
Yeah.
I worked for a while, made some money, then bought a license because I had enough money.
Yeah.
Then I got insurance. Then I got bonding. Then I got all the things. I did not start out with a fancy corporation or any of that. Everything was under my social security number when I started. So done is better than perfect.
Yeah.
Just start and fine tune later. Like, I agree 100%. People want to get everything all perfect. They're never going to fucking do it.
Yeah.
They're never going to do it. Before they even start, they're already so in debt with all this bullshit they bought, and they realize half of it I don't even need.
Yeah. I tell people you're going to learn why you're building it. That's what I've never sold legal leads to lawyers in my entire life. Never done it in my life. I'm not an attorney, right?
Right.
But I'm like, I'm going to figure it out. I got one lawyer client. I go, I'm going to start sending you some leads. Great. Wow, this is really good leads. Great. Got another attorney. I'm going to start sending you some leads. Sounds good. Now we have a ton of attorneys we send leads to.
That's
right?
exactly how you learn. Just do something,
Do
especially like the drug and alcohol treatment facility. Whole new industry. You've never done the medical industry, right? And so I started looking at it and I was like, oh, this is a lot, because it's very technical because you're dealing with medical and insurance and all that. So we're just like, fuck it. Let's just jump in. We're going to build it. And like, as you go, you just learn so much. So just jumping into anything. And right away, I found somebody kick ass in the industry, hired him as a consultant.
Yeah.
Teach me everything you know. And so it's amazing. It's wild how it's been 4 months since I implemented the idea of the drug and alcohol treatment facility, signed on the place, and did everything. And we're in a few weeks going to be licensed and open and taking clients.
Freaking awesome.
So and that's the speed.
Yeah,
that's like
speed.
I knew when I moved here, I'm like, I wanted to do it. So fuck it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I want to do it. Let's do it. And it's been like 4 months, and it just went from that idea to the name to boom. We're going to be taking clients here in a couple weeks.
Yeah. That's what you got to do. It's speed to market, right?
It is.
I tell people nothing's ever gonna be perfect. Just
No.
launch
Yep.
and launch. And if you fail, you're gonna learn from your failures. The only way you succeed is by failing, right? Everything you do in life,
100%.
that's how you learn, right? So, oh, that didn't work. Okay, I got to do something different. Oh, that didn't work. I do something different, right?
That's
And
exactly.
it.
People are so scared to fail.
Yeah.
I'm not even scared to fail anymore. Like it used to give me so much anxiety when I first like got sober and just started like in business. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that went wrong. Now I'm like, oh, well, fuck, that was, oh, well, let's not do it that way anymore.
Yeah.
Or what did we learn from that? Or, tell me exactly what we did when we got those results so we don't do it that way.
No.
And so it's like, that's how you learn. And well, if you fail, if you're not failing, you're not learning.
Yeah, and I figure my thing is if you're not failing, that means you're not trying.
You're not.
Because you got to try, right? I don't care what if you're an athlete, right? If you want to be the best basketball player or whatever, you're gonna fail, right? And if you want to get good, it's repetition, right?
Yep.
And people just don't do the reps. When I tried doing this business and it failed, like, oh, how long did you try it for? Oh, we tried it for 2 months. I'm like, 2 months? You don't even know what the hell you're doing in the first 2 months.
Well, and then they keep doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You'll hear them. They're like, I failed. Okay, so what did you do? Well, I kept doing this and it wasn't changing. It wasn't changing. Okay, so you were doing that and getting those results. So did we try something else to see if we're getting other results?
Yeah.
No, okay.
There you go.
I see why you failed. Or there's people, I've had people that hired me for coaching and a couple weeks in, I'm like, you're not coachable. Plain and simple. There are people that you're not coachable. You're stuck in your ways. You're not willing to try anything different. You're not willing to do anything different. If you're not willing to do anything different, you're going to keep getting the same results. And your business is not successful because of the things you're doing and the way you're running it. And if you're not willing to change that, why are you wasting your money hiring a coach?
It's funny you say it because I turned down clients.
Yeah.
So I had a couple clients. I have a lady that actually just hit me up, just called me like 5 minutes before I walked in here. And I'm like, I don't want her as a client because I just could tell she's going to be a disaster.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So you just got to pick your battles, right? Not every customer is a good customer.
Hell no.
And you don't be scared to say no, right? And that's one thing when people are starting out a business, they take on clients that they shouldn't take on, right?
Oh my God, yes.
And then it puts them in the wrong, to just say no. So I like money, but I don't like everybody's money. Right?
I agree. When I first started, I did jobs because I was cleaning when I first started my business, cleaning all day and night. And I would clean this humongous dentist office for $100.
Wow.
Now, I would do nothing for $100. You can't bribe me to do shit for $100.
Yeah.
And I would clean this humongous dentist office for $100. And they were so cheap and so picky. And that was something I learned early on, is that not all clients do you want. And to this day, I pick and choose my clients because a lot of people are not teachable.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't.
Yeah. Yeah. If they're not teachable and they don't want to listen or they're going to be, pain in the ass, you just say, I'll have a call. I'm like, okay, this is not going to work. After the call, hey, Dave, no, we're tied up this month for services. Sorry, we hit our cap. Can't help you.
Yeah, booked solid. That's my famous one. Oh, we're booked solid, but I'll put you on my waiting list.
Yeah. And it'll probably be 2027. We're booked for the next 2 years.
That's my famous one. I'll put you on. I tell my sales team that. I'm like, oh, yeah, when you come across, just let them know we're booked. We're happy to put you on the waiting list. If anything comes up, we're going to give you a call, which will be never.
But it creates scarcity, so it's a good thing.
That's
right?
true. Yeah.
So it creates wow, they have a big waiting list. Yep. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
But not all money is good money.
Not.
And speed is the most important thing in any business, I tell people. That's the one piece of advice I want to give your audience is speed is probably the most important thing. And it's not even talent. Like intellectually, I'm an average guy. I'm smart now because of all the reps I've put in.
Sure.
But when I was growing up in high school and college, I had friends that would get an A on a test. They wouldn't even study. I would study for all week and get a C.
See,
right?
I sucked at school too.
Yeah. So I was
horrible.
I would study all week and get a C. My friends would study for 10 minutes and get an A because they're just smart, right? But how did I catch up to them? I put in the reps,
Yep.
right?
100%.
Like Kobe Bryant wasn't gifted this amazing basketball player. He wasn't good when he was growing up. Same with Michael Jordan. I don't know if you know the story about Michael Jordan.
I don't.
Michael Jordan was one of the worst basketball players.
No shit.
Worse than his high school. Worst.
That's
Growing up,
insane.
junior, didn't even make the team. What did he do? He put in the goddamn reps. He practiced every damn day, trained, and now he's the best player. He was he's best basketball player of all time. Probably one of the best athletes of all time.
Oh, 100%.
Didn't even make his junior high team or his high school team. Like, what? You would think, oh, he was just gifted this
That's
amazing
insane.
Michael Jordan. No, he put in the goddamn reps, right? So you can be the worst, right? My friends were all smarter than me. They could get an ace a test in 5 minutes without studying. I would have to study for a week to get a C. But I just kept on putting the reps in every day about business, about marketing, about sales, following people, listening to people, and just putting in the reps every day. When people are out screwing around, partying every day, I'm just putting in the reps. And finally, I'm like, okay, now after you put in enough reps, you get good. I don't care what you are. Like
100% you do.
If you do 1,000 of these podcasts, you're going to be a really damn good host.
Right.
Because you've done 1,000 of them. But if you've only done like 2 or 3, you're probably, Lindsey, I'm sorry, you're not going to be that good. You've only done 2 or 3.
Right.
But after you've done 1,000, you're going to be freaking awesome.
I know.
Right?
Right.
So that's how it is in life. In anything you do, it's just put in the reps and you're going to get good. It's like default. You can't go, if you're a contractor and you freaking do drywall every day. If you do drywall every day for 2 years, you're going to be really good at drywall.
Right.
It's an impossibility not to get good. You can't not get good if you do it for 2 years every day.
I agree. And people only see the good part, like Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
People only seen his success. They didn't see him not making the team or all of that behind the scenes. So sometimes people think, I mean, even me, like I'll meet people and they like think that I've had like this privileged life my whole life. And I'm like, no, like I was a fucking homeless drug addict that like had nothing.
Yeah.
I was the black sheep of my family. I literally was the one that they probably thought was going to get a knock on the door that I overdosed or something and died, you know? And then I turned out, I would say I'm probably the most successful one in my family today, you know?
Yeah.
And so people don't see that. And so it's one reason, like, I love my podcast is to show them that part.
Yeah.
There is that part to success. You see all of this, but what about all of that shit?
Yeah.
What about, you know, bankrupt or living in your parents or in jail or all of that? They just see the success.
Yeah.
So I love to show the roadmap
Yeah.
that got you there.
Yeah. No, you have an amazing story, but the reason you succeeded, you put in the reps. And that's what it is. If you just put in the work of that, whatever skill or business you want, and you just do it every day,
right?
Every week, every month, it's almost an impossibility not to succeed.
Well, and to just do it, right? You say that like people are like, oh, I got to get it right. Just do it. Just keep doing it the way you know how and keep doing it better as you learn to do better and and you will.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know what the hell. I remember running my first payroll and I was like so confused. And I'm like, shit, how do I do this?
That's funny.
You know, and because it was so new
and
like all these aspects of business and like, oh my gosh, I got to figure out W-2s and I got to figure out like da-da-da-da. And now it's like nothing, but all those little things. Okay, let me just figure it out. Let me just hire a payroll company and figure out this aspect or this aspect or this aspect. And did I fuck up on some payrolls? Yeah, I did. Did I, have to go back and fix some things? Yeah, but you just learn each time. All those mistakes I made, though, I only made one time, right? You only make them one time and you're like, shit, I won't do it that way again.
And the bigger the mistake, the more you'll never make it again. I'll tell you that. Oh
my God, so true.
Yeah, I had a $2.1 million mistake. I had to write a lawyer a check. Right?
Oh.
So, when you have to write a $2.1 million lawsuit check, I'm like, okay, I learned that was a valuable lesson.
Yeah, it was.
Right?
Ain't happening again.
Yeah, so you learn about asset protection. You learn about trust. You learn about, because I had so much exposability, like, oh, this guy's worth a lot of money. And so now I'm very asset protected. Yeah,
Right.
you take
Right.
things out of your name, and you learn all this when you get in a huge lawsuit, right? You learn all these things, but if I didn't ever gotten that huge lawsuit, I might be very exposed right now, and then another guy might be able to get me for 20 million,
Right.
right?
No,
But
100%.
but
That's
now
so true.
that's not impossible now because I've protected myself. But it was a $2.1 million lesson that I learned,
Right.
right?
Oh,
When you
yeah.
have to wire someone that much money, I was like, wow, that was very painful. But next day, I'm already changing everything into trust. Just, just done. I'm like,
Right.
this is never going to happen to me ever
Pain
again.
causes change.
Yeah.
Depending how painful the mistake was
Yeah.
is how much change comes from it. I always say almost every policy in my businesses came from some kind of mistake, right?
Yeah.
Every policy,
Yeah.
we don't do it this way because
Yes.
something, somebody did it that way
Yeah.
and it was expensive.
Yeah. So that's how you learn though, right?
Right.
So now but now I could give this advice to other people when they're starting to make money. I'm like, get that out of your name. Oh, I have this in mind. I'm like, get the hell out. You're making money now. You're a target, right? Once you start making money, I'm dealing with lawyers right now. Think about it. I'm selling leads to lawyers. I know how these people think, right?
Oh,
You're a
huge
target.
So much liability.
Right? You're a target when you start making money. So when you don't have any money, they're not going to go after you, right? The second you start having money, that's when you need to be protected. If you're broke and you have no money right now,
Nobody
don't worry.
gives a shit.
No, you can have everything in your name
Right.
because you don't have any money anyways. What are they going to do? Right? The second you start making money, get it out of your name. That's what I tell people. So just little business advice, for your followers that have a business.
I know, that's great advice. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Tell everybody how they can find you on social.
My social media handle is the David Rivero on Instagram,
Okay.
right? You could go to davidrivero.com, my website as well. But, what I want to make sure your audience knows, you always want to, like Lindsey's channel, her podcast, or social media, you always want to learn from experts, people that you want to be. So if you want to be like Linnsey, or you want to, you want to have your own podcast one day, or you want to open up one of your own coaching business, you follow someone like Linnsey, right? If you want to do real estate and you want to become great in real estate and you're like, wow, I want to invest in big projects, maybe someone like Grant Cardone.
Right.
Right? Me, I'm a guy that knows a lot about AI automation and marketing and sales and business. If you want to learn about AI automations and marketing and sales and business entrepreneurship, you follow someone like me, right? So you just follow different people for different aspects. And that's what I do. I
love that. Yeah.
I follow a whole bunch of different people. Like, oh, today I want to learn about real estate. I'm thinking about buying this property. I'm going to start looking at some real estate people and see if I can learn something from them.
Smart.
But that's it in a nutshell. I want the best for you, Linnsey. Good luck with everything.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you for having me on your show.
I appreciate it. And tell everybody about Monetize Talks real quick, because
Okay.
I love your networking group.
Okay, so Monetize Talks is an event I throw at my house in Beverly Hills. I throw it every 6 to 8 weeks at my house. It's about 150 to 200 people that show up. It's a great crowd. It's all entrepreneurs. It's business people trying to grow their business.
Right. Such a great crowd.
I always have like 4 good speakers. The speakers speak for about 15 minutes each. They all provide value to the audience. So you're learning, you're networking with other entrepreneurs, you're getting tons of value. And it's just a great community. So if you're like in the local, if you're in California, and then it's easy. We have people fly international. We have people fly from out of state to come into this stuff. So if you're really serious about business and you want to network with other entrepreneurs and business owners and millionaires, it's the place to be. It's called monetizetalks.com is the website. You could go there to look when the next event is. The next one is, I'm not sure when you're airing this, but it's going to be Wednesday, December 3rd. If you air that before then. If not, it's going to be mid-January, probably January 14th. But just go to monetizetalks.com, and then you'll be able to get the next date there. Or the David Rivero on Instagram.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank
Love
you.
you guys.